accept her apology. I see this truthfully as a really big win. You have this really famous public figure who is now issuing a groveling public apology and backtracks after, again, tweeting pro-trans propaganda.
God, I hate her so much. I truly, truly hate her. Hello, my name is Liz Ashley and welcome to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about Simone Biles versus Riley Gaines. Yes, finally, I've been mentioning this video for a while. I really wanted to talk about it. Now, this happened like a couple weeks ago. Matt Bernstein recently talked about it with ContraPoints, and I definitely love both of them. So yeah, let's talk about that today. I'm excited. Happy Pride Month. A lot of crazy things going on, but you know, it's still Pride. So Simone Biles, of course, is a gold medalist Olympian. She's amazing. Riley Gaines is a swimmer who got 5th place and tied with Leah Thomas and has since made a career out of being transphobic. Whole catalyst of this, even though she was 5th place, which is really insane to me because I've tried to explain this to my family members, and I don't know who told them, but they legit think that Riley Gaines was either gonna win or was like gonna be in 2nd or 3rd place, which is not true. She tied in 5th place with Leah Thomas. The reason she got upset was because Leah Thomas got the 5th place award. She got the 6th place one, and they said they were gonna mail her another 5th place one. And so now she's just transphobic as her job, which is insane and crazy, which is why I hate her. Anyway, her husband's gonna come up later. She also her husband, I think, got deported in the beginning of the Trump administration, and she was crying on Twitter about it. She's like, this is not who it's meant to be, you know, like aka he's white. And so yeah, I just you know, karma's a bitch. You should have known better. Happy Pride. All this started because of a Minnesota softball team, a high school Minnesota softball team. High school. It's high school. So this team won 6-0 at this game, and I don't think it's even been confirmed yet, but I guess one of the players on the team is people think that they're trans. Again, I want to remind you, we are talking about high school. Why are you worried about kids playing high school sports? They also got the state title. And so, of course, they posted a picture because they were proud and excited that they won. She decides to comment on the situation. Again, a high school game. She said, to be expected when your star player is a boy. Again, these are children. This is a high school. Like, I understand that, like, the media and a lot of people don't, and like Riley Gaines, don't want to acknowledge that trans people are like human beings. They're real life human beings that have feelings and exist. But apparently, the kid that they're talking about was allowed 3 hits and struck out on 6. Like, bringing a literal high schooler into this when you should leave them alone. I find it weird that people have to tell Riley Gaines, an adult, that is not appropriate behavior, that you shouldn't be bringing a high schooler into your drama on the internet so you can get clout for your job. So Simone Biles, and I was so excited when she did this. I was so happy when she did this. She said, "You're truly sick. All of this campaigning because you lost a race. Straight up sore loser. You should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feels safe in sports. Maybe transgender category in all sports, but instead you bully them. One thing's for sure is no one in sports is safe with you around." I love that. I think that's amazing. I feel like sports should be co-ed. I think a lot of this is rooted in misogyny. And I think, I mean, of course, people are very transphobic. We're actually talking about a bill that Marjorie Taylor Greene is putting in Congress, jank, Again, not an ally, not an ally. Also, how did that go with her being anti-war and talking to Trump about Iran? Yeah, okay. Um, okay. But anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene, not an ally, a horrible person, is bringing up a horrible bill that is extremely anti-trans and is very dangerous. So we're going to talk about that at the end of this. This kind of rhetoric has real consequences. I think sports should just be like co-ed. That's my personal opinion. Again, because it's rooted in misogyny. It's rooted in misogyny that women are not like men. They can't be as strong as men. They can't, blah, blah the list goes on and on, right? Okay. So I do think a lot of this is rooted in misogyny. And I just think sports should be co-ed. That's my personal opinion. Or maybe by weight class, like wrestling or something along those lines. But I do think that Simone Biles has the right idea. Like, you should be thinking about ways to be more inclusive instead of just bullying people. It's really disgusting. And so, of course, all the right-wing ghouls came out to talk about this because any chance they have to like shit on trans people is that they take it hook, line, and sinker. That's their default now whenever something happens, and it's honestly really gross. And that's why this is a really serious topic. This is really serious what's happening to the trans community in this country. And so all of these right-wing goals come out. So something else Simone Biles said was bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male, which I thought was really funny. And then Riley Gaines like has this video of her measuring herself up against her husband, who got deported, and she cried about it, and yet she's still over here, like in the right-wing sphere, trying to make a name for herself after the people she purposely put herself in, the group of people she sought out, and they deport her husband. She is yet and still going in these same circles and and furthering her career by bullying someone else. I'm like, how do you not like, how did that experience not like show you that like you are not different? They can come after you too. I don't like, it's mind-boggling, honestly, truly. Nancy Mace said, honey, if biological men competed in women's gymnastics, odds are no one would know your name. That is not true. There like Simone Biles did a video and they were I forgot what they were trying to do, but they were trying to do something, and like Simone Biles did it better than all of the men. And so it's like, again, that's why I'm saying like this is rooted in misogyny, this made up hysteria that they've created. And like, it is rooted in misogyny. It's rooted in women are not strong enough. Women cannot do this. And it's like but she did, and she did better than them. But it's Nancy Mace ever gonna, but she's never gonna say she's wrong. Take a pin, and we're gonna pin that. Charlie Kirk, another ghoul. Said, unlike you, Riley never quit when things get hard. And so he's talking about how Simone Biles took like a break or didn't go to the Olympics when she had mental health concerns. And, I just got to say, as a person with ADHD, who just, as a 31-year-old adult, just got diagnosed, my whole life, I had mental health issues. And my whole life, I was told to suck it up and that this stuff isn't real, never taking my emotions seriously. Mental health is real. It is a real issue, and it affects people on a daily basis. It is a very serious health issue that we do not take seriously in this country at all, because a lot of people have that conservative mindset that, oh, you're just depressed because of this. You're just depressed because, whatever, you're lazy or this or that. I think that this society, we have a lot of people with mental health issues, and we just ignore it, act like it's not real, act like it's not true. I hate when conservatives do that. It's really disgusting. Someone on Twitter, her name's Joe, and she does this a lot. She calls out people like Charlie Kirk a lot. She said Charlie Kirk dropped out of community college, and I thought that was really funny because he said, unlike you, Riley never quit when things got hard. And Joe said Charlie Kirk dropped out of community college, which I think is hilarious. Charlie Kirk is, I hate Charlie Kirk. He's a horrible person. So all this is going on, and I'm sure a slew of hate from the right wing, because Charlie Kirk and Nancy Mace and all these people, that's what they do. When I put out videos about Charlie Kirk or Tim Pool or not as much Trump, but like Tim Pool and people like that, The slew of hate comments I get is truly astounding. And the things that people say is also truly astounding and very misogynistic. I'm sure Simone Biles endured a lot of that. I'm sure she did, and I'm sure it was difficult. But something I think a lot of like liberals do very well is sometimes, like Bill Maher, sometimes they'll come to someone like Simone Biles who has the correct take, and they try to come from like a good point of view and be like, well, but don't you think that that's just like what about women, and so I think maybe someone like that kind of tried to talk to her about it or whatever, because the way she phrases this is almost like she didn't mean to discount women. And I'm like, you weren't discounting women. Like, why? Like, I don't know. But she apologizes. And I hate that she apologized. I was really upset that she apologized. Like Matt Bernstein says, never apologize to fascists. Do not apologize to fascists. Because like we just said, like, Nancy Mace is not going to admit that she's wrong. They never admit it. They never apologize. They never back down. But here's her apology. I wanted to follow up from my last tweets. I've always believed competition, equity, and inclusivity are both essential in the sport. The current system doesn't adequately balance these important principles, which often leads to frustration and heated exchanges. And it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. They get personal all the time. Like what Riley Gaines says after this, I think is like despicable, and it really drives me insane. But like, no, don't apologize to her. They get personal all the time. Do not apologize to her. She said, these are sensitive, complicated issues. They're not, that I truly don't have the answers or solutions to, but I believe it starts with empathy and respect. I was not advocating for policies that compromise fairness in women's sports. That's what I'm saying. Someone who was like liberal or liberal-esque or something must have said something to her. That's what it sounds like. Like, that's exactly what it sounds like. My objection is to be signaling out children for public scrutiny in ways that feel personal and harmful. Individual athletes, especially kids, should never be the focus of criticism of a flawed system that they have no control over. I believe sports organizations have a responsibility to come up with the rules supporting inclusion while maintaining fair competition. We all want a future for sports that is fair, inclusive, and respectful. XOXO Simone. So again, like I think she means well. I like Simone Biles. I don't think she should have apologized, but I think she probably got pushback from a lot of people. But when people like that are going after you, you have to stand your ground. Like, you just have to stand your ground. If you don't stand your ground, they're going to keep coming after you. It doesn't matter what you do. They're going to continue to come after you. And they're going to continue to say even crazier things because now they feel this permission that they can. And that's what Riley Gaines does. That's what she does. Hers are just as bad. Like, this is why when, people are like, oh, like, we want to be allies with people anyway, even though they're horrible people, like Ro Khanna and Richie Torres did with Elon. Like, they were like, oh, Elon, let's bring you back into the fold. 2 days later, Elon deletes his tweet and then apologizes to Trump. And it's like, see, this is the problem. You don't give in to these people because they're not on your side. They're not your allies. Just because they agree with you or kind of surface level agree with you on one thing that they say they agree with you on, that you shouldn't trust them, but they say they agree with you on, does not mean you should bring them in the fold, does not mean you should listen to them. People like Out Magazine said, transphobic bully Riley Gaines doesn't deserve an apology from Simone Biles. Riley Gaines used her platform to harass a vulnerable teen athlete. An apology from sports icon calling her out will only empower her to do it again. Exactly. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's going on another media tour about how, oh, see, I'm right now.
I accept her apology. I see this truthfully as a really big win. You have this really famous public figure who is now issuing a groveling public apology and backtracks after, again, tweeting pro-trans propaganda.
And then the next thing she says is just so insane and so disgusting. She literally said, all the horrific essays Simone Biles witnessed and spoke out against caused by one man, yet believes women should be forced to strip naked in front of men to validate the man's feelings. You know how many gold medals you'd have if you were inclusive? Dream come true, ? 0. Not true. So again, that was personal from their point. So Simone Biles getting personal shouldn't be a big deal because Riley Gaines got personal. Also, this man who was so powerful that no one wanted to go against him. Yeah, no, totally. Blame that on trans people. It's wild to me. It seems to me when you are afraid of trans people going into your bathroom, all you're telling me is that you're afraid of men because you're afraid that they're gonna assault you. Maybe that should be something we should acknowledge when it comes to cis men. But instead, you want to use real fears and then project that onto trans people. It's disgusting and it's horrible and it's crazy. I live in St. Louis, okay? And there are a lot of places that just have bathrooms. It's co-ed. Anybody can go in. It doesn't matter. And like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Like, it's so crazy to me. Do you know what's happening? Cis women are getting harassed and thrown out of bathrooms because people are saying that they don't look like a woman. They don't look womanly enough. Wild. It's like that's the thing is no, Riley Gaines, you're advocating for people to you want to be able to inspect people's genitals before they can be on a sports team. Insane work. Again, this has real life consequences. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is introducing a bill. I know it just got further. I don't know where it is specifically, but it's like it's horrible. It's horrible. It's basically criminalizing being trans. So it is Bill HR 3492, known as the Protect Children's Innocent Act. Was introduced by far-right rep, I'm getting this from The Advocate, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, and backed by more than 40 Republican lawmakers. It passed the House Judiciary Committee on a party line vote and now heads to the full House of Representatives. So it's gonna be introduced to the House of Representatives. If enacted, this bill would criminalize puberty blockers, hormone therapy, and surgeries, which are already rare for transgender people under 18, even when supported by families and recommended by their doctors. This bill labels gender-affirming medical care as genital mutilation and chemical castration, while excluding gender dysphoria from the definition of legitimate health conditions. But something that this does do is it carves out exemptions for surgery on intersex infants, which is condemned by a lot of human rights groups. So like, what? Wow. What an insane woman. What an insane woman. How about that, Ally Jank? Crazy. Like, just makes my blood boil. And especially during Pride Month, the cruelty is the point. Trans people are like less than 1% of the population. It's a disgusting bill. It's going to put a lot of trans kids in danger, and it will, and again, like, if you think this is not going to eventually go to adults, then you're wrong. And it shouldn't matter because it shouldn't be about what you or I think. It should be about what doctors and parents think. And that should just be, that's it, period. Like, I'm not a doctor. I should not be making health decisions for other people because I'm not a doctor. But this is real world consequences, and, stand up. It is Pride Month, but we need to remember that Pride Month is only Pride Month because of trans people. Like, the only reason we have Pride is because of people like Marsha P. Johnson, who was a trans woman. And so we need to honor them, and we need to make sure that we don't forget that history and that we stand up for them, because like the government is literally going after them right now, and it's so scary and it's so sad to see. And people like Jank and Bill Maher, and you're aiding and abetting this. You are aiding and abetting this hatred of a community that is less than 1% of the population. Like, but yeah, that's the video. That's the video. The drama was a little fun, but the real parts of it are not fun. But yeah. So when this comes up, start calling your House members, start calling your senators, all that good stuff. And maybe call them now about it. And yeah, F. Riley Gaines, because she sucks and is a sore loser and a snowflake. All right, I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Also, I got to 1,000 subscribers. I got to 1,000 subscribers. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. I love you all so much. Seriously, it's so amazing to see like people coming back, and like some of the same commenters coming back and watching every time. And just know that like, it truly lights up my day and like makes me so happy, and I'm so excited. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.